Let's talk about the quarterly decisions you'll be making. First of all, price. Price can be anywhere from $12 to $99. And your team will have to determine a strategy. Do you want to be the high volume, low price team? Or low volume and high price? Or maybe a middle ground? But you should know that price is a big factor in determining sales. But it isn't the only factor, and we'll be talking about other things that will determine how many hollow generators you sell. One of the things you have to be careful about is not to price your hollow generators below your cost of manufacturing. As I'm sure your business advisors will tell you, this is a sure path to bankruptcy. Now, price and demand move in opposite directions. As your price goes up, your customers will demand fewer hollow generators. However, you can convince your customers through marketing and research and development that they should pay a higher price for your product if you have a better product. But always remember, price is the most important influence on the demand. Production. Production can't exceed your plant's capacity. If you do, you'll receive a notice that you have exceeded the capacity, and it will default back to the level in which you are able to produce at. The best level production is at 80% capacity. This is the most efficient level to operate at, and you can make hollow generators in the lowest possible cost. If you make more hollow generators than you can sell, unfilled orders are lost. You cannot hold the orders until the next quarter. You'll have to generate demand for those orders all over again. Simulation will determine your unemployment based on the company's production decisions. If you underutilize your factory, you will pay unemployment layoff fees. If you produce over 80% capacity, you will have to pay overtime. And both of these will increase the cost of producing your hollow generators. So make wise decisions on production. Marketing can be anywhere from $1 to $9,999 as long as it doesn't exceed your cash and available credit. An expenditure in marketing shifts the demand curve to the right. That means that the more you market, the more your customers will want. However, you should know that marketing has a short-term impact. It only affects the demand for your hollow generator in the current period. In other words, having a big advertising campaign in the previous quarter won't help you sell hollow generators in this quarter. Your customers have a short memory. Here's another tricky part about marketing. The impact of marketing expense is dependent upon the industry and what other teams are doing. If you were to blow your whole budget, let's say $1,000 is a lot for your company, but your competitors are able to spend $2,000, your $1,000 won't capture a very large share of the market. So it's all relative to what others in the industry are spending. Unfortunately, you don't know this until the period is over, until the quarter is over. However, here's some good news. Marketing does have a residual effect. What that means is that if your competitors are advertising their hollow generators a lot, this will help you sell your hollow generators as well. It'll be very similar to saying Pepsi is doing a very big advertising campaign, so therefore customers are also buying Coke. Capital investment. Again, that could be anywhere from $1 to $9,999. And your equipment and factories will depreciate at a rate of 5% per quarter. And if you want to be able to produce the same number of hollow generators, you must spend at least 5% of your capital investment to continue that rate. If you spend less than 5%, you're going to decrease your capacity. And if you spend more than 5%, you'll increase capacity. Spending more than 5% is like building a new factory or buying new manufacturing equipment. But note that building factories takes time. What you invest today, you won't be able to use for production until the next quarter. Always remember, 80% production is optimal. So you don't want to run your machines or people dry. If you plan on making and selling a lot of hollow generators, it'd be wise to increase your capital investment. And finally, your last decision, research and development. Anywhere from $1 to $9,999, but again, can't exceed your cash and credit. Research and development increases the quality of your product. You can sell at a higher price if your customers feel they're getting a better product for their dollar. Unlike marketing, research and development has a long-term impact, and the effects can be felt over a few quarters of play. And you'll be able to decide the features you want to add to your hollow generator. These could be remote control, fusion power V-chips, smell-o-vision, wafer-thin cases, and so forth. One of the most important things is to avoid bankruptcy. You'll want to watch your changes in loan limit amount each quarter and avoid reaching the loan limit, and your advisors can help you with this. Loans are not paid from cash or retained earnings. Your loan payment is calculated based on your cash position, your spending, and your production costs. So to avoid bankruptcy, you must avoid exceeding your loan limit for at least 2 consecutive periods. If you're warned, your team should drastically cut your spending, especially capital investment. Loan and cash flow information is located in your company reports when we look at those.